Hi everyone, I just got off the phone with Pastor Peter where he shares a report on how you are making history and an impact in Karachi, Pakistan. Why don't you take a listen and enjoy? Well, as promised, I have Pastor Peter on the phone line live from Karachi. Hello, Pastor Peter.
Hello, it's very late, almost midnight here.
Well, it's very good to hear your voice. Describe the situation there in Karachi.
Well, you know, we have been met here with very enthusiastic people, notwithstanding that even flying here, people on the plane were talking about problem with terrorism here, and it was kind of strange landing, realizing we were the only people that were kind of non-Pakistani, and you realize that not a lot of people travel to this part of the world, obviously, because of the tension and the security problems here. But once we landed, any concerns we have been received with open arms, including many Muslim politicians, people from the Supreme Court, which are all Muslims, have been here to greet me and welcome me, so we feel very safe.
Well, at every gospel festival, you always have a press conference and a friendship dinner. Can you report and let us know how that went?
Well, the press conference was pretty well the same day we got here, and we had many journalists, I think all of them Muslim, which makes it so interesting, and they were taking notes and received me in a very favorable way. And in fact, I heard today that the local television here has been running the press conference, I think today 5 times they have run a report from the press conference. It's really helping get the message out in this huge city. And then the friendship dinner, again, as I said, that's where we had many of the politicians here from both the provincial parliament, city council, national parliament, and from the Supreme Court, and also representatives of the Hindu religion. And of course, as I always do, I shared Jesus Christ, and was met with a great reception. And I know that surprises many people because they may expect hostility, but there are many people here that are very open to the gospel.
Well, that's great to hear. And I know that you actually just got back into your hotel from the very first night. So we're very anxious to hear, how did the first night go?
Well, you know, you've been in many of these meetings, Megan, so you know it's not without obstacles. And again, it's such a huge operation. The field we have is so enormous. It can hold hundreds of thousands of people. And even with problem with the sound, all kinds of different problems that are not unusual as we get started. But so we got started a little bit late, but by the time I preached and gave the invitation to receive Christ, you know, thousands of people responded, and there was great joy. And then when I prayed for the sick, you know, we want to demonstrate to our Muslim friends here that Jesus heals Muslims, but we have no control over how it happens. But as it turned out, the very first testimony was a man. You could tell a mile away that he was a Muslim, but I noticed his facial expression. He was just so open, and God had healed his deaf ears. He was showing his hearing aid, and then a person, another Muslim, and another Muslim. So it really broke through. I think people saw with their own eyes that there's no discrimination in God's love, and so it was a very solid first night. And you know, our history here is that every night builds and the crowd grows quite significantly. But we had a great start, and I'm very excited, Megan, that we actually have the best ground ever given. It was brought to me again by some of the business people here that never before in the history of Pakistan has this kind of a central ground we're giving to a Christian group. And so this is an unprecedented favor, and I want to thank all of our partners, because with that favor comes a lot of responsibility, not least financially. So a big thank you to everybody who has given and who are still giving, because we need that help.
Well, it's so good to be able to hear from you live from the festival grounds. Thank you, Pastor Peter, so much for your time. Did you have any closing comments you wanted to make?
No, just I'm going to go to bed now, and I hope to talk to you again a couple of times this week. And thanks for passing on this information, and a thank you to everybody who's praying for us. And we feel that support, but we're very encouraged. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and our support and our love are with you there this week. Well, there you have it from Pastor Peter in Karachi, Pakistan. Make sure to stay tuned for more reports on the events as they happen.